Hello, Kevin Dye with Dye Painting up here in Arnold and Dorrington. I am going to do a quick video walkthrough of your property for you. And that is the best idea I have seen in a long time. I lose my ice scraper on a daily basis. Okay, so pretty cut and dry so far. Standard paint and, half and half type of thing. I'll kind of let you know what we do. We show up, we trench out the walls, as in we move the dirt from the sides of the building so that we have a clean edge in which to paint from on our pressure wash. So the first day we remove the dirt, and then we go ahead and we take off lights and knickknacks and everything, and we usually find a kind of an easy place to put everything, which might be, say, like right here, and we cover it with a tarp so that we know where all the lights are at, and we mark them so that we know where everything is at, and then we commence pressure washing. We are a prep-based company. We like to try to get 10 years out of our paint jobs. We use the best paints and stains that money can buy. We just use it in such bulk that it makes the price much more economical. So paint-wise, on this painted area, we would be prepping a lot of stuff, as in these corners. All these corners are caulked in. Every bit of them, every corner, all this edge right here all the way up is all caulked in. Very important to keep the water out. Even stuff like this, I noticed, which is a big no-no for me and our crew, is I caulk around that. Everything is sealed up on the house. We make sure that your vent screens are also, they are also made sure, put a hammer on and make sure that they are in. Lights again are taken off, but this pipe we would paint into the house. We want it to kind of camouflage and have a really nice look without, it's not without noticing so much. Ladder stuff, all this is easy stuff for us to do. This is called a California cut, what this is right here. And that is, I'll try to explain it. And so when they cut the fascia on this, they only did the face of that window trim. They didn't do the sides. So those sides aren't done. We like to do the sides. I just feel that it looks a lot better. It has a really nice appearance. And that way it also lets us caulk in every window. Again, with the caulking all through here, all these cracks, all this stuff is caulked all the way up. So we need a complete, we need completely the ability to have no water be able to work their way into the house at all. It's very important for us. I use a bleach solution here to kill this and then pressure wash it away. Again, we trench, so we dig it back so that I can paint at the end of the job after everything's dry. At the end of the week, we push the dirt back, as in we call it kicking the rocks back. So pretty easy stuff so far. We can match your color, or we can go with an all new color. Truthfully, it is the same cost because everything is 2 coats, sprayed and back rolled. Everything. We use the best Dunn Edwards paints and Kelly-Moore. I use Kelly-Moore and Dunn Edwards. Both are top of the line. And then we even caulk these in right here. The creases in the plywood, we like to caulk those because then when you caulk those, you get less water and then you get less buckle, like you see there. That again, it might even be from that line and that opening, so that would be sealed. We try, like I said, 10-year. We really try to get a good 10-year situation. Okay, up underneath here, so we got a couple different things that we do under here. Usually what I try to do is clean it out, just put a little bit of pressure wash on it, clean out any of the bird nests and so forth and all that stuff, and then we leave it. With that being said, is that you're probably not doing a whole lot of entertaining right here, so spending the money to do all the detail work up underneath here might not be might not be the best idea to save money, and you could use that money in other aspects of the property. So doors are painted, and we usually just open the door, we do the face of the door, and obviously the trim. We take the handles off to make sure we don't like to get paint on that stuff. It's pretty important. Again, I hate to say it twice, but we are a detail company, so these things are definitely important to us. I like to make sure that all the little stuff is done. We've done this a long time. I've been licensed in 3 states, and I've been doing this since I got out of the Army, so this lets me have that detail that I like to have. And this definitely, the detail basically is relative to longevity. and that's the trick. If you really caulk everything in and take great care, you'll get a lot farther on your job. Okay, so the woodwork, got a little bit of a buckle there, but not too bad. So on this guy, you're getting a kind of a dump right here. I could probably direct you to somebody that could put a diverter up on the top of the roof, just a little piece of angle iron that'll help move that water to fall onto this roof. But that's, I don't do it, but it's cheap, and it's cheaper than a gutter, and it might be something you might be interested in. We can talk about that later. Okay, deck. Deck and building can be the same stain. So on this guy here, it's important on this stain that we get in and we clean as much of this off as we can. My suggestion, we go semi-transparent and try to match it. Try to get a really nice earth, tree, wood tone, so that you want the two colors to pop. You want the top of it, the painted color, to really pop with this color. So pretty easy stuff, just a lot of cleaning of the deck, cleaning the slats between the deck. Handrails are sanded. We sand all of our handrails, being as your hands are on it. Handrail, hands. So we sand them. We don't like ridges. I like to just put a light sand with a palm sander. And when we do that, basically what happens is, it just has a really nice appearance. And again, it saves the wood. I can give you the cost of an actual deck refinish, which is we take the huge floor sander and we clean out the slats, we recess the screws or nails, and then we sand this to bare wood. We sand this down to bare wood, and we just stain the pickets, and then we stain the deck. It's gorgeous. It gives you years and years of life on the deck, but at the same time, it is a little more expensive because it's extremely labor intensive. So with that said, I could put that a la carte. You can decide. Again, I don't really try to upsell people. I just, when I see things, I make mention of it, and we kind of go from there. And it could definitely be something that could help, or we could just clean it and put a nice coat on it and go from there. Any weak spots in the deck, we'll throw a bolt or a screw in where needed. All fascia, the 1x there, you have a 1x, and then you have your standard fascia wood. So all that is caulked in. We caulk all that in too. And then all the windows are caulked in as well. I do like the fact that there's multiple colors on all the windows. If you so decided, to keep all the same colors, we could definitely do that. We can match them, or we can get extremely close. If you decided to do all the window trim in one color, all the painted aspect, all the window trims, and all the fascia in one color, we can do that. We can do pretty much whatever your heart desires. It's not a different cost for us to do the the one color, two color, three color, and then stain. That's not a big deal with us. We don't have they call it a transition cost. We don't do that. We just paint and see what needs to get done. Again, this is a good example of the California cut. Just the face looks good from a distance, but I just really like the ability to caulk inside here, and I really like it when it just appears as if that wood was painted and then put in place. So that's why we do that. Deck's in pretty good shape. Sounds good, feels good. That's a big deal right there. There's your camera, so I'll wave for that. Pretty cut and dry stuff. Obviously the color that we're going to want down there on the faded wood is going to be something that I find up in here that's been weather protected. So I'll find the best kind of piece and match. I use Armstrong stains. I found they work far better than Superdeck, and I've been a big fan of them. This door, the little screen door with a little light sand and a coat of varnish or stain, it would look amazing. I'm going to open just this guy, and just a light sand and a little spar varnish on that door, and it looks good too. So we're definitely it's time, but none of it's a big deal. All of it seems to be rather easy stuff. And then all windows are masked with a 3M film that actually doesn't let any stain through. I don't mask with paper. I don't mask in the old box of plastic style. I use, again, the best stuff I can get my hands on. Stuff like that guy right there will be scraped and cleaned. I don't want bubbling. Any bare wood that's already painted, that's now gone bare due to the elements, basically gets primer, period, every time. These are pretty easy rules to follow, but if you do it the old way and you do it right, it lasts a long time. I think a really good pressure wash would be nice as well. And then for us, pretty much all cut and dry. All of this is pretty normal stuff for us, but we definitely could turn this house around and bring it back to its glory, because it's a nice little house and a nice little spot, and hard to find. I didn't see your sign for a minute. I kept driving up and down, but should be good. I'll go ahead and put that together, and I've got 4 of these doing today on a Sunday, so hopefully this video finds you well. Thank you so much for the ability to look at it, and if you guys need to reach us, again, this is Kevin Dye with Dye Painting, and we'll go from there. Thank you. Bye.